Hello, my sleepy listeners. Thanks for tuning in once again to Every Night a Trip. My name is Marbles, and you can call me Marbles. Why Marbles, you may ask? Because sometimes I feel like I just go and lose all my marbles with all the different crazy dreams I have. This month, thankfully, hasn't been too crazy. It's been a mixture of dark and cool dreams, but that's okay. I am back because so many of y'all have asked me in the comments, hey, where you at? What you doing? Just go back to my videos. Look at all those comments, man. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm not sure what dreams I want to talk about today. I'm just gonna go with whatever. I've fallen way behind in transcribing all my dreams. I'm over a month behind. It's just so much. It's hard for me to keep up. And these last 2 weeks, I haven't been able to stay awake enough for me to type, and I haven't really wanted to force myself to do it. I'm just letting my body do whatever it needs to do, whatever it wants to do. So if I feel like I need sleep, why should I fight it? Maybe my body needs that rest to recover or something. I don't know. Ooh, that's something I can talk about here, about recovery and health. Okay, I had a dream a while ago about my health that really messed with me. I mean, I guess they all do, so I should just stop saying that. It's just that they're all so real and so detailed, and I'm just like, what? Anyways, this dream, I had it in early December last year. It was a rare one for me in that I was actually myself. I was acting everything out. Usually I'm someone else in my dreams, or I'm watching myself from another perspective, but this one was actually me from my own perspective. It started off with me going to the leasing office. They have a coffee machine there, so I got myself some black coffee, which I don't really drink, but dreamy wanted black coffee. And Michael was there for a bit. We saw someone's insurance card taped onto a table. I was just like, did someone forget this here? Should we turn it into the office? Should we leave it here? Maybe someone will come back for it. So yeah, anyways, my coffee, it was straight black, which I don't usually drink it like that. So I looked around the small kitchen area that they have. They had all these different toppings and flavorings for the coffee. I looked at the creamers, then I decided to put milk in my coffee. There were 2 gallons of milk. One was lactose free, and I got so excited because I'm lactose intolerant. So I put that milk in my coffee. Then I saw they had a box of graham crackers, and I grabbed it. And I grabbed some crackers and crushed them in my hands. Then I put them into my coffee. And then I think I added chocolate, or thought of adding chocolate. I also added whipped cream on top. And I dusted some nutmeg or cinnamon or something on top of that. I took a sip and I thought it was good. Then I walked outside of the leasing office and saw 2 of the employees sitting outside. For whatever reason, their desk was out there. And both of the ladies, they were speaking in Spanish, and they were on the phone with an interested renter. I stopped to listen to the conversation because the leasing agents were bad-mouthing the person on the other end of the phone, and I was like, there is no way they're talking like that to a prospective resident. Well, it turns out that they were doing that because the other person was being really mean to them. So, the leasing ladies somehow were able to pull up the license plate of the person on the phone, and by doing that, they were able to see inside the car that she was in. So they saw the Karen lady in the car, and they saw how her face was so red because of how mad she was. And the leasing agents were just laughing at her. After that, I started walking back to the apartment. Michael called me. He said, hey, go to the mailbox. So I hung up and I started making my way to the mailbox, but then I heard a weird yelling noise. It was Michael, and there were some dudes walking near him. I thought it was weird that Michael was yelling like that. Usually he tends to be quiet and proper around strangers, so I was just like, what is he doing? Then he got closer to me, and so did the other guys. Michael apologized and said that the guys were tracking his location, or they saw him and followed him. I don't know, but he said they were gonna go with us. I was annoyed because it was supposed to be our day, just me and him. Then we started walking to the apartment. And I started to panic a little because I wasn't sure if the apartment was clean enough for guests. I was like, oh no, there's cat stuff all over the floor. It's gonna be embarrassing to have them enter. So we got to the stairs. Michael led the way. His friends went after him, and I was last. I recognized one of Michael's friends. One of them was his coworkers, and then the other two I didn't recognize. I started going up the stairs, but then I just couldn't. I was struggling. I started drooling a lot, and I was saying aloud, "Why am I spitting?" And it came out very broken because of all the drool coming out. And then my vision, just everything was like blurry, like it was off. It was weird. And I felt really weak. Like I could barely even climb the stairs. And I was just like, what is going on? And it kind of felt like slow motion too. Like it was weird. And then one of Michael's friends heard me. He turned around and offered to help me go up. I didn't say anything. I just handed him 2 drinks that I was holding. So he grabbed them and he kept climbing the stairs, but I could tell that he was concerned because he kept looking back through the corner of his eyes. So I kept going. I eventually made it inside. I went and laid down, and then Michael laid down next to me, and I was like, no, you're dirty, which I don't like wearing like outside clothes on the bed, so yeah, that's what that was about. So he then said he had just changed into clean clothes, and then he told me to get ready. He said, let's go. I told him that I wasn't feeling well, and he didn't really believe me. He thought that I was just making that up as an excuse to not go with him and his friends. He was like, what are you gonna do here? You're gonna be all alone. And I kept telling him that I just don't feel well. Then I think he asked me what I had to eat or drink, and I told him about the coffee and what all I put in it. I told him that I hadn't taken a sip of it though, so I didn't think it was that. Even though I did take a sip earlier, whatever. At one point, I remember poking my head out of the room. Michael's friends were laying on the couch, under blankets, sleeping, and that was it. I woke up that morning feeling very poopy and honestly a little worried. I feel like I have a bit of PTSD from last year when I randomly woke up one day having double vision. It was just really scary, and experiencing something similar in my dreams again was terrible. And then the uncontrollable drooling, I mean that didn't happen to me, but in the dream it was weird and gross, and I felt so helpless. Thinking about that dream today, even my dreamy tried to prioritize my health. Like, I didn't care about missing out on hanging out with Michael and his friends. I needed to stay home. I needed to rest. I needed to recover. Or get that coffee out of my system if I did drink it, because ew, it just sounded too nasty and it was too much. At least I didn't throw candy corn in there or something. So, speaking of my eyes and my eyesight, I have another dream about that too. Not concerning me, but concerning my mom. It's a super short one. So, I was with my mom. She was wearing glasses, but they weren't the right kind. She was struggling to look at things that were near and things that were far. So I told her that she needed bifocal glasses. Next thing I know, we're heading to the mall where I had gotten my glasses, so that's why we were going there to get her some too. And that's it. When I woke up, I had to Google what bifocal glasses were because I wasn't 100% sure what they were. So I had that one sometime in January. Y'all, tell me why. My mom called me in February telling me about her glasses. That she had gotten some prescription glasses either in January or December, not sure when, but she left them in Mexico. I didn't even know she had gotten glasses. I asked her if by chance they were bifocals, and she said yeah. So I was a bit weirded out. It was just a strange little coincidence. Okay guys, well, sorry that this one wasn't too crazy. I know everyone in the comments has been like, hey, we want more spooky dreams. Hey, we want more analysis. We want more interpretations. We want more voice recordings. Sorry, I don't have any of that. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the first dream for a long time because it was trippy and it reenacted a part of my life which I don't ever want a repeat of. So hopefully by sharing it and putting it out there, it'll get out of my head and it'll help keep it out of my head. So yeah, sorry for the short episode. I gotta work my way back to it. I hope y'all are doing okay. The storms the other weekend, they were so crazy. It's so sad to hear about all the people that died and all the people that lost their homes. It's so sad. And there was a tornado nearby here. The sirens went off. I was so scared, but thankfully, it didn't stay on the ground long enough for it to get to us. My coworker said that the tornado started right in front of her son's house, which is so scary, but they're okay. And their house is okay. They are sure being watched over something. I'm so glad that they're all okay. Okay, sleepyheads, thank you for listening. I think for the next episode, I'm gonna talk about dreams dealing with another sense. Hearing. I've had a couple of recent dreams where hearing was a big thing, so if you want to know more about those, stay tuned for the next episode. I can't promise a date because again, I've been struggling. This week's related song is one of my best friend's favorite songs. It's Dreams by the Cranberries with its lyrics, "Oh my dreams, it's never quite as it seems, never quite as it seems. I know I felt like this before, but now I'm feeling it even more." Honestly, sorry bestie, but I don't really like the song, but this is just for you. It does relate a little to my dreams. I'm relating it directly to the first dream, where I experienced having wacky eyesight in real life and then I experienced it again in my dreams. I hope I never have to go through that again, like seriously. And I hope none of y'all do. It's awful. I felt so helpless. But yeah, y'all take good care of yourselves. Take care of your eyesight. Take a break from those screens. Eat more carrots, get enough sleep. I will see y'all on the next one. Thank you for listening. Marbles rolling away.